Hello, what's up, and good morning. Welcome, fans of the football, of the balls, of the fans of the foot, of the ball, of the fans of the balls. Welcome to a breakdown of the Colts. We are doing this by position once again. If you haven't seen the last ones, we do it by position. Now, mostly it's easier that way for me and better because it makes more sense. So, we're going to do receiver. Mike. Starting with Mike here. He's a question mark. This guy right here, only 2 catches for 26 yards. Question mark. Right off the bat, big dog question mark. Desmond. This guy, we're going to jump down here to Desmond. He's also a question mark. He only had 2 for 21. But one of them were a TD, so good job for him. But both guys, who knows really on them. So you never really know. That's all I could say. So who knows what they'll become. But another guy who's kind of a question mark. He didn't get a catch in 2021. But he had a cool 21-yard catch in 2020, so he could be something. He had a good catch in 2020. Ashton, we're going to go back to this, or Ashton right now. You know, he could be something. He's pretty much just depth, like 5th or 6th guy, maybe. He had 13 for 173 yards last year, so he's pretty much just depth at this point. Kiki QT. Man, what a slip up. He was alright for the Texans, but he only has played in 2 games for the Colts, so who really knows how he'll be. They could really use a receiver. Like, so far, this ain't looking good. I'm saving Michael for last, but man, so far not too good. Paris, he's been a little disappointing. Paris Campbell, 3 years, he doesn't even have 1,000 yards total. So, in 3 years, you haven't racked up 1,000 total yards. That's not good. It could be due to injury, not playing much. I don't know, but man, he only had 162 last year as well. So, they need a receiver, especially with T.Y. Hilton. I don't know what's going on with T.Y. Hilton. So, he might come back, he might not. If they have T.Y., they still need to find someone to move on from him. Michael Pittman Jr. is probably a good, solid number 1. So, with Ty going, they need to get another guy opposite of Michael. If he goes, either way, they still need one. Michael here though, we'll move on to him. Awesome draft pick. He racked up 1,082 receiving yards and 44 rushing yards last year, and 6 touchdowns total. So if you want to pick this dude up in fantasy, that's a good, maybe like 2 or 3 guy in fantasy. I might pick him up if he's still there in the late rounds. And yeah, he's really solid. I really like that guy, but they need someone else opposite of him. If they double team him, they don't got anybody else to like worry about, kind of, you know. So, moving on. Tight end today. We're gonna start off with our big dog Eli right here. He hasn't played yet. A lot of these guys haven't even played yet, so we're gonna start with those guys. So the guys I haven't played yet: Eli right here, Michael right here, Nikolai right here. I don't know why I skipped him. Farad Green, he hasn't played either. So these top 4 guys haven't even played. So what a trip. So they do need a tight end. I think they have Jack Doyle still. He's been around for a while and is solid, but I think he's getting older. It doesn't show him here. He might not even be there. So, but I think he might be there. I'm not too positive. I'll have to do a rain check. But Moali Cox is kind of the main guy I've been thinking of. But he's mainly like a blocking tight end, though. I think that's probably what they like because they got a good line and they like, having blockers. And so Mo right here is a pretty good blocker. He could catch some passes, though. So in 4 years, he's caught a total of 70 passes for 936 yards, so that's not bad at all. for being a blocking tight end. Um, so yeah, Kylan right here is pretty much a backup. I'm pretty sure he's probably just a blocking guy as well. He had 106 yards last year. It's not bad. So those are the only two guys we have with experience. Might as well get another guy. And that's really it. I'd say get yourself a tight end. They don't really got a guy. Braden Smith, tackle or guard, either one. He's really good. He could play either position, so that's solid. He's reliable, but he did only play in 11 games last year, but he's a good blocker. He's someone you want to have on your roster, at least for now. They got a good line. I like their line. Matt, he's versatile. He's a versatile pickup on the line, so who really knows too much? Carter, Mr. O'Neal here. I do not know too much about, actually. He might just be depth. I'm not too positive. But Jordan Murray here, this guy, is probably also depth. I don't really know a lot of their linemen. They have, I know their main linemen. I know Ryan Kelly, Quentin Nelson, Braden Smith, and that's probably about it. I don't know Sean and Jordan. They do have a really solid line. Colts consistently have a solid line. So, I don't know. I guess there's not much more to say about them. Moving on to the safeties, boys. Alright, and we're going to start out with Carrie Willis. He's pretty good. He hasn't played a full season yet, but he has shown a lot of potential when he has been on the field. He did have his best year this year, but he's only had 4 interceptions in 4 years, so he's not going to get you picks, but he's a good safety. Julian Blackman, he's still developing. He was only in 6 games last year. I want to see more from him, see how he could do, but that's pretty good. I like him. I think they need another safety for sure because they only have 2 right here on the roster. So they need another safety. But I'm glad they have, they develop. They have room to develop. I like Carrie, and Julian probably could develop. So they got 2 good ones. So get one at least for depth. At least I would. But alright, Jonathan Taylor. This dog right here was a runner-up for MVP. Or at least to a lot of people. Even was the MVP. The only reason why he wasn't is because he's a running back. And they wouldn't put a running back as an MVP. Especially with Aaron Rodgers playing how he did. And then Colts not being in the playoffs. So it's a whole thing probably. But this man right here, behind this line, amazing. Amazing. He overcame Carson Wentz's mistakes. If they had a good quarterback, I don't think Carson Wentz is good. He played bad. There's no sugarcoating that. If the Colts had a better quarterback, they could have made the playoffs. They probably could have beat a couple teams. Who knows? Jonathan Taylor is a beast. He had 333 carries for 1,811 yards. 18 touchdowns. That's insane. That's pretty crazy. This line is good. That's a good back. That's all you need. Nyheim Hines is a great backup. I don't know Dion, but Nyheim, he's a great catcher. He'll freaking catch the balls and take them where they need to go. Consistently. Every year, he has at least 40 catches. Every year. That's pretty good. You got Jonathan running the rock, and then Nyheim catching the rock. And then you get touchdowns, and you get great plays. They're a great combo. I really like Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines. Amazing. I picked up Nyheim Hines in fantasy. Wasn't able to get Jonathan Taylor, sadly, but Nyheim was cool to have. If you could get Jonathan, that's a good person to have in fantasy as well. A lot of good fantasy people in here. Alright, let's go to QB. Their newest QB. I am so glad they moved on from Carson. I feel bad for Washington. Maybe he'll be better there. Who knows? But I'm glad the Colts are gone. Or, or yeah, you know what I mean. I wish they would have got Matt Ryan last year instead of getting Carson anyway, because that would have been, probably better. Just because, he played okay last year. I had him as my second fantasy QB, and he outperformed my number one at times. There's a couple games. And, my number one is Patrick Mahomes. He legit outperformed Patrick Mahomes a couple times. And when Patrick was in that slump in the beginning of the season, Matt Ryan was freaking killing it. It was weird. So, I think he could do good. Behind this line with Jonathan Taylor, he's not Carson Wentz. He is a little bit up there in the age, but I think he got 1 or 2 years at least. 1 or 2 good years, and that's all the Colts really need. Because they're pretty stacked. They need it, but they're stacked, well coached, good team. They probably need a few more pieces, but that's why the draft is still here. But man, it's crazy. But speaking about the draft, I don't know if they'll even draft a guy like this year. They probably will, maybe, like a quarterback, but who knows? Who knows what'll happen at QB for them? They've been kind of just getting people, veterans. They've been just getting a lot of veterans like Phillip, Carson, Matt. Who knows? But all right. And then these other two guys don't really matter. They probably won't be starting anyway with Matt Ryan. Rodrigo, good punter. Long snapper, good long snapper. But we're going to move on to the linebackers. And I will save all these long snappers, and I'm trying to get us some stats for them and all that. I'm not trying to disrespect them. Boop, 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 boop. EJ Speed, my guy. He was a 5th round pick. He's just pretty much depth. He's all right for a 5th round pick. That's pretty much all I asked for, good depth. Bobby Okariki, famously announced by Pat McAfee himself. He played a full 17 game last season. Whoa. I should cut that, but I'm not. He played in a full year. He played a full year last year. And he played well. He played pretty good, I should say. Him and Darius Leonard, great combo. I like those two. They got a lot of good combos on this team. He had 66 tackles. That's pretty good playing opposite of Darius. He only had 1 sack and 2 picks. So, not bad. I think he'll probably be playing a little better because I'm pretty sure he's also in a contract year. I want to say he is. Maybe not. Maybe not. He could be. But I'm pretty sure he is. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So maybe I think he'll be better. He'll probably play even better. And Darius, this dog, this consistently probably one of the best linebackers. Everybody always says that, and yeah, he is. He's really good. I like him. I think he's more of a coverage guy. He's good because he didn't have a sack last year. That's crazy. But he had 4 picks, so he's pretty much a coverage guy. Great linebacker. You can't hate him. Really love him. Big dog Darius. Good combo right there. Malik, right here under him. He was a 3rd round pick. He's pretty much a bust. I apologize for saying that, but he's a bust. See right here. This is the only thing. He's bounced around 4 teams, 4 years. Only that production. 13, 12, 9, 1. He's a bust. I'm sorry. Great guy, I'm sure, but bust. I hate calling people a bust, but when it is, it is. Yep. So, moving on, though. Honestly, though, when you got Darius and Bobby, you don't really need much else. But they also have Glasgow down here. He's pretty much a 6th round pick. He's a depth guy. They like to draft late round linebackers, like 6th, 7th. Crazy. Zaire Franklin here is another 7th round guy. He's good. I like him for a 7th round guy. I'm pretty sure he could probably develop a little more. He is 25. Oh, he has been there 5 years. Who knows? They're pretty much depth, but 7th round player. He's pretty much fits the bill for 7th round player. And that's pretty much the linebackers. Like them. Don't really love them. Love the two players. They could probably use more depth. I don't know. Jake, good kicker. Rodrigo, I think I already talked about him, but he's good. He's really good. Danny Pinter right here, depth. I forgot to talk about him on the line. Will, I don't know. I don't know Will Fries. I apologize that I don't know Will Fries. So, we're moving on to the DTs, the defensive tackles. So, Chris is an undrafted free agent, and I don't really know anything about him. He's a question mark. Grover Stewart, he's a 4th round pick. He's replaceable. You can't really hate this guy. He's performed like okay, but he's replaceable. For a 4th round pick, you didn't spend too much on him. So, RJ, I don't know anything about. DeForest Buckner. Man, oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I feel so bad for this man. He was drafted number 7 overall, and he was a starter right away, but he never produced how he should have. Like, I wanted like double-digit stacks, going crazy, going like off like every year. I don't know, Von Miller type, something like. Maybe not that crazy because he's a DT, Aaron Donald type game record. So, but he didn't live up to it. But good sign though. He had 9.5 sacks in 2020 and 7 last year. So he'll probably get you a few sacks, but he's no 1st round pick guy. That's really sad. Kwity Paye. He's not a bust though. Kwity Paye. Big guy. Big dog. He was another 1st round guy. Who played okay. Okale. He had 4 sacks, but he needs to do a lot more and live up the 1st round pick. These guys, I'm sure they're great guys. I don't mean to like disrespect them, of course, but they gotta live up to their 1st round pick. Guys spent 1st round on you. You gotta perform crazy, or at least try. They probably are, of course, but it happens. And they do got kind of a good. I'll probably link these DNs and DTs together. By the way, I forgot to say that, so that's why I just kept going with Kwity Paye here. But he could do better. I don't know Deo here, but they did trade Reciever for Yannick Ngakoue. I think I said that right. I don't know. But it could be a good trade. He had 10 sacks last year. So you're bringing Yannick, who had 10 last year. DeForest had 7. That could be 17 if he, gets that. Kwity Paye will probably get more here. Grover, I think, could, couple. I don't know. I like this trench. Maybe get a little more, people. Maybe that's why I got Yannick. I think that's a good trade also because I saw Reciever get burned, multiple times, just straight burned. So that's kind of good that they got rid of him, honestly. But Taekwon here, this guy who's a 2nd round pick, he's not really panning out, And same with Ben. They're both 2nd round picks, Ben and Taekwon. They don't really live up to 2nd round picks, but if you don't really care about picks, they're all right depth. It don't really matter where they're at, taken at. So yeah, not bad. Cameron, I really don't know. I apologize. But we are moving on to the DBs and the CBs. I'll put these all together. And then, Ryan Kelly, I really like as a center. So I want to talk about him. Amani Watts, this big dog. I like Amani Watts. He's okay in Kansas, but I want to see him on the Colts. I want to see what he does on the Colts. I like him, though, for being in Kansas. I actually liked him. Chris, he's a 7th round guy, so he's pretty much a question mark. Don't really know a bunch about him. Brandon, I don't really know anything about him. I don't know too much. Marvell Tell, he hasn't played since 2019. He opted out in 2020. And I don't know what happened in 2021. So he hasn't played since 2019. So who really knows? Isaiah, he's a 6th round guy. He has good potential, I'm sure, to be a well-known guy. Great pick, probably, but I don't know. You got to see with this year, with this year being as crazy as it is, you got to see how all these guys perform this year. Like, this is the year, This seems like a crazy year, and we'll see who really stands out to move forward. And plus, with the draft, you don't know what the rookies are going to do. And plus, all the guys I missed for all the other teams. But all right, Will, this guy's a question mark. He was an on the Packers. You don't really know. Alex, same thing, question mark. I'm not too sure. Kenny Moore here, though. This guy's interesting. He was an undrafted free agent in 2017 by the Patriots. He got waived by the Colts, but then he was back on the Colts. And he's a good guy to have on your roster. I think he's a good corner. He's solid. They probably could use a corner for sure. That's probably got to be their first thing. Like a corner and a safety and then a quarterback. That's probably their three things for sure. But Kenny Moore, I like him. He could upgrade for sure. Anthony, he's a question mark. Tony, he didn't play in 2021. He's bounced around a bit. Who really knows? Quentin Nelson, the monster on the line, the leader of this freaking team. I love this man. Everybody knows Quentin Nelson. Him, Jonathan Taylor, freaking Darius Leonard. Boom. That's like the freaking duo right there. But, like I said, corner, safety, QB. Get that, and they'll be fine. Oh, dropped my mouse. Thank you all for watching. This has been Colts. This has been For the Shoe. I'm just kidding. That's this website. Love y'all. Thank you for watching. I have been flipping up a lot of sentences. Peace. Stay tuned for the next one. Later.